Bueno, muy buenas tardes para todos y para todas. Les damos la bienvenida a nuestra sesión informativa del día de hoy, 3 de octubre del 2025, en el marco de nuestra línea de eventos con todas las universidades de convenio con Colfuturo. Estamos en esta ocasión con Iowa State University, ubicada en los Estados Unidos, para todos aquellos interesados en materializar su proyecto académico y profesional en este destino tan increíble y que sin duda alguna tendrá grandes experiencias por ofrecerles. Mucho gusto, mi nombre es Karen Martínez, yo hago parte del equipo de Relaciones Internacionales y Consejería Académica en Colfuturo y el día de hoy estoy muy bien acompañada, como lo pueden ver, con Neil, con Natalie, con Sam y con más representantes de esta institución que nos van a brindar información muy valiosa y que les van a resolver sus inquietudes. Ellos nos van a hablar sobre temas relacionados a oferta académica, opciones de financiación, experiencia estudiantil y todas las demás recomendaciones que ellos consideren oportunas y pertinentes para que ustedes puedan empezar a planificar su posgrado adecuadamente. Les recuerdo que estos espacios son ideales para que puedan resolver sus dudas, así que por favor no duden en dejar en el cajón de Q&A todas las preguntas que tengan al respecto, que con muchísimo gusto las iremos solucionando a lo largo de la sesión. Como les estaba mencionando al comienzo, todos estos webinars se hacen en el marco de nuestros convenios y el convenio con Iowa State University consta de ofrecer una beca del 30% en el valor de la matrícula para todos los beneficiarios de Colfuturo en programas de maestría. Sin duda alguna es un gran beneficio el que nos ofrece esta universidad y vale totalmente la pena sacarle provecho. Así que para ya no dar más preámbulos, Neil, thank you so much for being here today with us. We are so happy to have you all of you here today. So you can go ahead and start your presentation.
Sure. Grace, do you want to begin?
Yeah. Hi, everyone. My name is Grace Getch, and I serve as one of the MBA ambassadors for the Ivy College of Business. I know the word Ivy might be contradicting, but we are not an Ivy-based school. We are just called the Ivy College of Business. And so this will kind of give you a little bit of a look of what our college is all about and what we offer.
So, yep, I'll introduce myself as well. So, I'm Upamanyu Neil Sinha. I'm a project manager for recruitment and career services and a former alum of Ivy College of Business as well in the programs of MBA um, and my Master of Finance. So, being an alum, I can of course share my experiences as a student as well as being a staff member here, right?
Okay. And I'm introduce myself. So hi there, I'm Natalie, and I'm currently doing my master's in information systems. And I used to be an international student here as well when I was doing my bachelor's degree. So I think I could talk a little bit more about my experience in Iowa to share with you guys on how to prepare for you afterwards. So yeah.
And my name is Sam Sivaskant, and I'm the Director of Recruiting for all of the professional master's programs here at the Ivy College of Business. We have around 16 master's programs, and our panelists here, who are very competent and very knowledgeable, will now take over and go through some of those programs with you.
All right, so moving on, I would argue that we have one of the best staff here at Ivy. I'm just going to kind of explain a little bit about each of them. So as Sam just introduced himself, he's the director of the recruitment for the professional master's program. He's available to meet for one-on-one consulting with each people. And then he's very transparent mission process. And yeah, he's willing to meet with anyone, as well as Sarah Wilson, who is our Director of Professional Master's Student Services. Sarah's awesome. She'll help you graduate on time and when you want to, and she's available to consult on anything about 24/7, and she does unlimited student appointments. And lastly, Tabitha Carney, she is our Director of Graduate Business Career Services. Tab is one of the best out there. She can help you get a job, and she will not leave you in the dust. So she definitely has individualized attention and guidance through the program and beyond. And we're ranked number 8 in best administered program by the Princeton Review, which is a really cool fun fact. But I know for myself, I can say that these 3 have been huge to my process in the MBA, and I'm sure as any other grad student within the Ivy College of Business would say the exact same thing.
So, especially as we talk about our staff members and as we transfer towards students coming here for a degree and then looking for career opportunities. So we began talking a little bit about how pre-applications, you all can get help from Sam. During your process, you all can get help from Sarah and her team, of course. And after that, for your career journeys, there would be Tabitha as well. So I'll talk a little bit about how our career journeys are a bit different and how we help each student differently and on an individual basis as well as a group basis when students are looking for opportunities to learn more from their master's program, along with that, get something from their career opportunity as well, and here in the United States. So we do have like a placement assistance where each individual student is given a career coordinator. There are also professional services class, which students are auto-registered for. We do not charge extra for these classes. These help. So Gracia is in one of the classes for the MBA program. Natalie was in one of my classes when she was in the when she was doing her Master of Business Analytics. This helps students to really understand what kind of career outcomes students are looking for, and in order to complement with that, oftentimes we make sure that students are understanding the process, because it's pretty different from when I moved from India. It was pretty different from what the process of getting a job or applying to jobs are and how to yourself best prepared. So we start that pretty early here. We also have one of the largest career fairs here in the United States. There's engineering career fairs, there's CAL's career fair, there's BIT career fair, which is hosted by this office itself, which helps students to not only network with employers, but know exactly what are the jobs they should be applying for and how to be better prepared. And we have weekly workshops. We have plenty of networking opportunities, which we make sure students get a taste of, so that they can maximize their opportunity and make sure that they are not only getting a lot of knowledge from the degree, but in fact getting more because they're using it as a career outcomes. And the best part about having this is not only are we helping students when they are planning to come here, we make sure that they are comfortable when they are here, and once they are graduated, we make sure that they have good job placements and everything as well, because we feel once an applicant of Ivy is always part of an Ivy College of Business student. And that's the treatment which I have also received as a student and now as a staff member as well. So a little bit of stats. In United States, the best part about like looking for jobs in United States is all the 50 states here is habitable, and they have almost similar kind of like quality of living. So oftentimes salaries can be a bit misunderstood. Like out here in Midwest, salaries may be less, but the cost of living is less. So it helps to really come up with that. So we have had some statistics which wanted to share about with our annual report, showing that in different regions we have students and what salaries they're getting. And we definitely try to make sure that they get the maximum amount of salary and maximize their income early, because over time that helps them to cumulatively gain. Now, these are certain companies which we do have a lot of employers for. For our specialty masters, as you can see, like students go all over the country and we help them get those employment opportunities. And similarly, we from these career fairs and also our partnerships and networking opportunities, students are able to get jobs at a very high level. And we do not only coach them for these career services opportunities, but we do have immigration lawyers. We make sure that students are always getting the best information and the accurate information. Now let's move on to some of our program offerings, and this would be talked to about students who have probably gone through that program. So Gracia can begin with the MBA.
Yeah, so I am currently on my second year of the MBA program, so I've had a little bit of experience on some of the different aspects of the program. So one thing that I'd really like to point out is it's a 2-year program. We have around 10 core classes and then 6 electives. So essentially how that works is your core classes for your first year are Monday through Friday in the mornings, and then your second year are Tuesday and Thursday in the mornings. Overall, it's such a great program. We have a specialization option. So if you're interested in getting that Master's of Business Administration, but you're also kind of interested in like a niche area, we have offerings from accounting analytics, business analytics, entrepreneurship, finance, healthcare analytics and operations, information systems, leadership, marketing, real estate, and supply chain management. So we have something for seriously everyone. And yeah, so one thing about the MBA program that I really like is the team aspect. You're placed into teams, and most of your projects are completed as a team. And I think this is really beneficial, especially for in the workforce, because most of the time you're not working individual. Most of the time you're on a team. in your future. And this is just a great way to kind of get some more skills under your belt. The MBA program also offers just an advanced toolkit, whether that's speaking skills, leadership skills, Excel skills. Like there's multiple different things that our program offers that you won't get from a lot of other programs. And as well as the alumni network. You could ask anyone from a different cohort a question, or even just ask them how their company is if you want to work for them in the future, and I'm sure they'll give you an honest answer. So no matter what, Ivy will definitely set you up for success. And we also offer a dual degree option, which I believe Natalie's going to talk more about.
Yes, so with dual degrees, of course, and one thing which we want to always make sure, because international students, you want to maximize your time in OPT, we will make sure that you all have a STEM designated degree so that you all have 3 years of OPT as well. And along with that, we are a cohort based system. So, like Reza mentioned, you'll have your team members. So, the 10 core classes you're going to attend with the same team members.
Okay, so now moving on to like two of the STEM designated programs. So the first one is the business analytics, and the second one is the information systems. So these two are kind of similar in which that they are both just 30 credits with 4 core classes and with 6 electives. But then like the things that you learn is a little bit different. So for business analytics, if you're in business, computer science, and stats, you can probably learn a lot about how to analyze different business cases. As for in information systems, you will learn more about the database and the management side. So that's really good for someone looking to get into data management, which I'm trying to do right now. And these two programs are very flexible, and I would say it's not too difficult in terms of entry level, since I start as a marketing major and now I'm in like these programs and I'm able to learn things properly because of the small classes, and the professors are really helpful. And also, since these two programs are STEM designated programs, it will help you with work opportunities after graduation with the OPT stuff, which Neil has mentioned just now. And they also offer a lot of great networking opportunities to support students from diverse backgrounds.
Yeah, and I will get into OPT more in details a little bit later when we're talking about visa and other things and how that matters and why it is very important. But I wanted to talk personally about a little bit about the finance program and entrepreneurship, because myself being a finance graduate from here. So, like Natalie previously mentioned, all our programs are generally STEM designated, but entrepreneurship is a bit different. You can have a STEM electives or STEM majors, but it's not a STEM designated program. It's a very customized program for students who are looking to start their own businesses. And employers also are looking are finding out students who are, so they're not really employer friendly. They're mostly like having a business plan, and this is where you can get hands-on experience on how to like open a venture and what are the procedure, what are the things or the due diligence you need to do. As far as Master of Finance program is concerned, this is very interesting. It's a courses only program, but you can have different research opportunities. It's very case to case based level classes which are being taught as well. It is again STEM designated. It helps you towards your CFA as well. There are trainings for getting your CFA, and it really helps you all to understand in different direction, like whether if somebody student wants to go towards investment banking, then that is something which they you can take your elective classes in. If somebody wants to go towards corporate finance, that is something which you can take. So there's a lot of flexibility available, and in all of our programs we offer a lot of flexibility. Now let's talk a little bit about accounting and financial technology. Now, so accounting is a STEM designated program again. So this is a lot about earning CPA credit. So a lot of the training would help you to complete or prepare you to complete your CPA as well. There are students who begin their CPA early and then join into the program or the levels of CPA, and then some of them even start training in towards when they're taking their courses and also preparing side by side for CPA. So this is a very specialized program as well, which helps you to become good at public and private accounting. As far as financial technology, this is one of our newest program, which is an integration of finance, analytics, as well as computer science technology electives. So there would be credits which would involve you taking classes in College of Business, taking classes in College of Engineering, and then having a blend of some analytics classes as well. So you learn all through about blockchain, quantitative modeling, different analytics as well, and has a lot of different opportunities. So if you want to have, if you're from a tech background and want to leverage that, or if you have very little knowledge about tech but want to learn that and then use it in finance, this is probably a very nice program where you can learn a little bit about accounting and financial technology. Learn a little bit about finance and technology as well. So we would talk a little bit about scholarships and assistantships, which we have, especially for students from Colombia, as well as students for international students in generally, which we have available. So we have graduate assistantships, which is a very interesting thing. A lot of our MBA students, especially international ones, do have graduate assistantships. Other programs do have a lot of graduate assistantships as well, but especially MBA students are generally the first pick for our graduate assistantships. The advantage of having a graduate assistantship is you get eligible for in-state tuition. So you're not paying the international tuition, you're paying in-state tuition. And along with that, you get a 37.5% scholarship. So your tuition is like reduced. And along with that, you are guaranteed a 10-hour job in the College of Business, which helps you to earn more for pay for your living expenses, pay for your other expenses, which really helps. Along with that, for COLFUTURO students, we have academic scholarships for students in specialty masters and students who do not have an assistantship. So if you have already an assistantship, you wouldn't have the reduced tuition. But for COLFUTURO students, we do have 30% tuition reduction for any of our programs. So if you are an exchange student from this program, you would get a 30% tuition reduction. So those are scholarships which we directly give for our all ongoing entering students. There are other career enriching opportunities as well. Like I mentioned, some of them are assistantships, but you can work in different schools as well. So some of our students, like Natalie or even Graca, they actually work sometimes in the College of Veterinary Med or college of other colleges as well, where they can have assistantship opportunities or even hourly paid opportunities, which students can get paid about $25 per hour. And there are other small campus jobs as well, which you can get paid at least starting at $13.5 per hour. The interesting part about this is we are a large 1,800-acre campus. So we make sure that all our international students actually have a campus job so that they can pay for their excessive living and other expenses as well. One interesting nuance I wanted to talk about, which is very interesting, is any graduate student who is an international student have to be minimum have 9 credit hours enrolled. After that, we do not charge any extra tuition. So if some student wants to take extra classes, like more than 9 credit hours, they want to take 4 classes, they want to take 5 classes, they don't have to pay extra tuition. So whatever tuition we have mentioned is the maximum. That would be for 9 credit hours, because 9 credit hours is made mandated by USCIS that a graduate student needs to be enrolled for, and we do not charge for somebody taking extra. So oftentimes in my MBA, I had my 4 core courses and then I had 2 electives as well. So I actually took 18 credits in that semester. But it's more on student course load, and that's where your academic advisor like Sarah would be able to handle or help them. But we do not stop you from taking extra courses, and we do not charge extra for it as well. So this brings us to a nice tuition fee estimate. And like I previously mentioned about job statistics, so you are able to recoup your investment in less than a year, if spent rightly. So as you can see, like the standard tuition for an international student would have been over 2 years. People can complete their degree, not the MBA, but other degrees in 3 semesters as well. So it can be 18 months as well. So it would be around 72,000. But with assistantship, that really brings that down to around $20,000 per semester. But with scholarship as well, it still is considerably brings that down to at a maximum of 50,000. So if you want to take extra classes, you still will not, your expenditure you can budget, it won't be more than $50,000, including all your tuition and all your classes which you're taking for a 2-year. So a lot of in-house experiences which we have, and Graca will go more in details about those.
Yes. So our first one we kind of talk about is our professional skill development courses. And so what we do in these courses is we really work on our presentation skills. One thing when it comes to the business force, especially in the corporate world, is you're going to be doing a lot of presentations for board members or anyone else that's higher above you. And to enhance those corporate presentation skills is something you're not going to get anywhere else except Ivy. So I think it's just a super cool thing that we have. We'll also be able to develop an understanding of U.S. recruitment. So we have a ton of career fairs. We have career fairs for every single college. We even have multiple like career nights that are more specific to MBA students. If you're supply chain, we have a supply chain night. So we have a lot of opportunities to get a career, which is super cool. We also have a lot of real world experience. So what we have at Iowa State is what we called SciBiz Lab, and I actually got to spend a semester at SciBiz Lab and work there, which was super, super cool. What SciBiz Lab is we have companies that basically have students consult for them. So I got to work with a couple of different companies and be able to consult for them. And it was really cool to get that real world experience and consult, especially as someone who doesn't have any post work experience. So that was a super cool experience for me. And I feel like it would benefit anyone if you have worked in the workforce or if you haven't, because just being able to work with multiple different companies and be able to get experience from companies you wouldn't work with is just super cool. Some other things is we promote team building and client management and then global exposure through study abroad programs. So another super cool thing that we have here at Ivy is study abroad. And we have multiple different programs, but we definitely have one that's more specific for the MBA program, and it leaves in January. And this year, I believe they're going to Spain, I believe.
In Morocco.
And
Yep, Spain and Morocco.
you get to kind of see different businesses within other different countries, which is super cool, and get a network with people and higher ups in businesses that are in Spain. So it's a super cool program that we offer here at Ivy, and it's paid through your tuition. So everything, you can get scholarships to cover the trip as well, so you're not paying that right out of your own pocket. Another super cool thing that I love talking about is case competitions exposure. We have multiple different case competitions that you can apply for. So right at the beginning of the year, if you join our program for the MBA, you'll get a email that's lists all the different case competitions that we will participate in as the Ivy College of Business, and you can sign up for them or apply for them if necessary. So these are encouraged and sponsored by the Ivy College of Business. So being based out of Iowa, we go to competitions in Minnesota, Texas, multiple different states in the United States, and those are all paid for by the Ivy College of Business. What a case competition is you're given a problem, and as a team, you have around 3 other team members for most case competitions, and you're given a problem and you have to solve it. And some of them are 24 hours, some of them are 48 hours. It really just depends on the competition and the rules of the competition. But you get to work with your team and just make connections with people that you wouldn't have connections with before. We have competed at TCU, which is Texas Christian University out of Texas. The Big 12, I believe it changes every year where it's hosted at. As
Different.
well as Mine to Market is right here in Ames, so you don't really have to travel that far for that one, and then as well as Baylor. So all of these different competitions sort of say you really can choose which one you want to do and apply for them. So as well as case-based learning. So in a lot of our classes, almost every day we're given a case, and most of those are from different companies and companies that you would know of. They're very big companies like Netflix, for example. We did a case on this week. What these are real world case studies incorporated in the curriculum. So we're given a problem as a team, and we'll read the case before we come to class, and we'll be able to talk about that with our teammates and kind of see where this case is kind of heading and what the solution is. We also do case analysis training and workshop for students. So if you do get chosen for one of these case competitions, we'll prepare you. We're not going to send you out there with no experience. We have like a kind of a mock case competition, or sort of say and you'll get to work with your teammates that were chosen for these case competitions and be able to kind of understand what a case competition is like, even if you haven't participated in one. So overall, I really think at Ivy, we definitely practice what we preach. And that is super cool. One thing at Ivy that I really, really appreciate.
Yes, and these are the case competitions we have been placed. So any of the winnings which we get from these case competitions comes as a tuition scholarship to students So Ivy does not keep any of the money. It's of course we pay for your travels and pay for your hospitality and living as well. But along with that, any of the winnings is for students as a tuition, as a scholarship tuition, and also gives great networking opportunities. Oftentimes, students may have not won in that competition, but they created a network which helped them to get a job. So these are opportunities which students really benefit from.
All right, and now I'll talk a little bit more about the Ames Iowa experience. So Ames is where Iowa State University is located. And then I would say that Ames is a pretty peaceful place. And because of that, like you can enjoy like things like in a slower pace if that's what you like. And then Ames is also consistently ranked as one of the best places to live in the United States because of the friendly neighborhoods and the low crime rates there. And it's also 45 minutes away from Des Moines Airport and 6 hours drive from the Chicago Airport and 3 hours drive from the Minneapolis airport. And also we take our safety like very seriously. We have like a lot of services for transportation like the Side Ride, Safe Ride, and we even have like late night shuttles and on-campus assistance for Ames travel in general. So let's say if you're taking part in an event that goes up to very late at night, you can always go for one of these and get home safely. And also we offer like a lot of different things in Ames and a lot of different benefits as well. So we have like a lot of quality apartments with a lot of activities around, and it's pretty affordable and low cost of living on campus or even off campus. And then we have a lot of community building for students, where you can go around and network with different people, and of course participate in our international students culture programs right there. And also you get to experience all 4 seasons on our beautiful campus, which you get to experience different seasons, where they have like different season events as well. So for example, during fall, we have like pumpkin carving at our Raymond Gardens, which is free for Iowa State students. And I think that's a really fun thing to do in Ames.
Yeah, and Ames, you get a lot of these opportunities, but it's also a college town. So at night, if you're going out, you still feel pretty much liveliness. So it is a bit calm, but also there are a lot of students, around more than 30,000 students here in this town. So it's really fun for students to like go around or hang around at nights and be comfortable doing that.
And then like before arriving to Ames, we want to make sure that our students are well prepared through our pre-travel experiences. And then like one of the ways we support our students is by our visa informational webinars. So usually these sessions will cover everything from F1 visa details, the process and interview, locations, the requirement for documentations, and the questions and tips for the visa process, and also guidance on packing and immigration so that students will feel prepared for their travel when they arrive at the United States.
Yeah, and oftentimes what happens is we have an ISSO, International Scholar and Students Organization, who would send you all the documentation, but we would help you in order to like how to use the documentation so that you are here without having any questions regarding like what are the things you need to bring, what are the forms you need to fill, what are the things which make sure that you maintain your status as a student and then in future as well. So some of the application requirements I wanted to talk about in order to complete an application. So our MBA and the specialty master's applications are a bit different. The one fundamental difference is GMAT or a GRE is recommended for, it's mandatory for our students. And also MBA students have a 1 round of personal interview that would be done by one staff member and one faculty member or a couple of staff members. It could be Sam, it could be me, or some of the others who I talked about before. Except that every application requires your resume, your personal statement or statement of purpose, and then 2 letters of recommendation. And along with that, an IELTS or a TOEFL or an English professional test score, which you need. For IELTS and TOEFL, 7.5 plus or 105 plus is a score which helps you to get your English placement test waived. If you have a lower score, so if you have like a 6.5 or less than 100 in TOEFL, we still would accept your application. Only thing is that you'll have to probably give an English exam, and then we will figure out how many courses you have to take. Again, these courses for English is helps you better prepare for your career. That's how we kind of look at that. But these English courses are again paid by Ivy College of Business, so it's not that it's adding to your tuition. So with this, we wanted to conclude our presentation, and we would like you to ask us as many questions. I think Sam, Natalie, Risa, and me would probably be able to answer 99% of your questions. And if the 1%, if we are not able to answer, we'll definitely get back.
That's perfect, Neil, Natalie, Gracia, Sam. Thank you so, so much for this amazing presentation and for all the valuable information that you give us today. So right now we don't have any question, but this session was recorded and we will send this to all the people that are interested in studying Iowa State University. So thank you so much again, and I hope to see you in the next opportunity similar to this.